Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a topic that honestly touches the very core of who we are. It influences our relationships, our goals, really our well-being. We're talking about the profound idea of your circle of trust. We've taken a really insightful piece that's titled Cultivating Your Pure Circle of Trust, and we've basically distilled its most potent wisdom just for you. Our mission here in this deep dive is to explore why the people around you are so incredibly crucial and how to keenly identify the kind of influence they truly exert, and maybe most importantly, how to intentionally and courageously cultivate a circle that genuinely elevates and empowers you
Yeah.
to be your best self.
Yeah, and what becomes really clear right from the get-go with this source material is the direct link it makes between our external relationships, the people around us, and our internal sense of confidence, our peace even. It's kind of a foundational idea here. It suggests you can't fully evolve or see those big changes in your life until you really cleanse your circle.
Yeah.
It's not just about who you hang out with casually. It's more about the energetic ecosystem you live in day to day.
Okay, so let's unpack that right from the start. Have you ever felt that weird mix? Like hope and maybe a bit of dread when you start trusting someone new? Or maybe, after a few painful betrayals, you found yourself wondering if true, solid friendship is just a myth. Our source really gets into this universal human thing. It highlights the subtle ways, sometimes almost insidious ways, negativity can creep into our closest circles, often without us really noticing consciously. Picture this, right? You share a win, something you're super proud of, maybe a milestone you worked hard for. And instead of genuine joy, what you get back is that uncomfortable silence. Or maybe a hollow, oh, how good for you, that kind of rings with, I wish that were me.
Or the flip side, right? You share a bold new idea, maybe a dream that's just starting, and almost immediately that little spark gets dampened, maybe even put out completely by someone just saying, oh, that's really not for you.
Yeah.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, the source uses this really powerful analogy. Imagine your goals, your aspirations as a fire, a flame you're trying to keep going. Every conversation, every single person you interact with can basically be either gasoline or water for that fire. There are people who subtly extinguish your flames with doubts disguised as realism, often wrapping their negativity up as practical advice.
Right, like they're just being helpful.
Exactly. And then there are those rare ones who feed your spark, even if there's no visible fire yet. They believe in the potential before it's even obvious. It really forces you to consider the energetic exchange happening in every single interaction, doesn't it?
It really does. It's profound. And it makes you wonder, okay, why do we so often keep these draining people close? Why tolerate connections that clearly don't help us grow? This deep dive points to a critical reason.
Yeah.
It's not always that you don't see their negative impact.
Yeah.
More often, it's just that you've gotten used to them. Comfortable in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe you've even convinced yourself that having someone, just anyone, even if they don't genuinely contribute, is somehow better than being alone. That's a powerful and sometimes, painful thing to face in ourselves.
Which brings us to a really crucial distinction the source makes. What is the true opposite of being alone? And the answer it gives is quite compelling. It suggests it's not simply being accompanied, having people around. The true opposite of being alone in the context of a healthy circle is being in peace.
Peace.
Yeah, that distinction is absolutely critical because peace implies something deeper, right? Internal security, real connection, mutual respect. It goes way beyond just physical presence. It means you're genuinely at ease, not constantly on guard or feeling diminished.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. Transformative, even. What does this pure circle actually look like? The insights from our source are pretty clear. It doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't need to be massive. What it must be is real. This isn't about collecting a ton of acquaintances or, networking contacts. It's fundamentally about the depth, the authenticity of your connections. Think about it. One single person who truly believes in you, who sees your potential even when you can't. That person can be worth more than 10 who just kind of tolerate you or maybe subtly undermine you. It's a real call to prioritize quality over just quantity in relationships.
Absolutely. And the source paints a very clear picture of what defines this pure circle. The characteristics. These are people who implicitly trust you. Even when you're at your absolute weakest, feeling most vulnerable, they celebrate your progress every little step forward with genuine, unreserved joy, totally free from any envy or comparing. When you stumble or maybe you need redirection, they correct you, but with affection, with constructive care, because their priority is your growth, not putting you down.
That's key.
It really is. And crucially, they are never, ever threatened by your shine. By your success. You'll recognize them, as the source puts it so well, because with them, you don't have to pretend. You can speak without editing, cry without excuses, dream without limits. That really is the core of psychological and emotional freedom in a relationship.
And wow, this deep dive also gives a vital warning, one that I think often goes unheeded. It says, don't confuse history with loyalty. This is such a critical point for so many of us, right? You can have friendships, even ones that have lasted decades, that can, maybe without meaning to, keep you stuck, keep you anchored to an old version of yourself, holding you back. And then you might meet new people, maybe folks you've only known a short time, and they can come into your life and just immediately propel you forward like they've known you forever, recognizing and nurturing who you're becoming. It's a powerful reminder that how long you've known someone doesn't automatically equal its value or its positive influence.
Precisely. A truly supportive circle. It's marked by people who, when you share your plans, your big goals, they don't just laugh it off, or awkwardly change the subject. Instead, they consistently engage with your dreams. They ask, hey, how's that project going? Every time you connect. They're the anchors. The ones who, as the source says, remind you who you are when you forget your own worth or purpose. It's about that consistent, positive, affirming engagement with your deepest stuff, not just surface level chat.
So, thinking about all this, what does it actually mean for you, the listener? How do you practically start cultivating this kind of elevating circle in your own life? The source makes it super clear. This isn't about being selfish or some kind of elitist thing. It's profoundly about self-respect, valuing your own well-being, your growth,
Yeah.
your mental peace, valuing that above the discomfort of changing old patterns.
And this part, honestly, it can be really tough. The source acknowledges that cleaning your circle can hurt. Sometimes, profoundly. Because you'll inevitably have to let go of people you genuinely care about, maybe even love. But it offers a really crucial clarification here. It says, love without respect, without impulse, without truth is not love, it's attachment.
Oof, that's sharp.
It is. And attachment, it critically points out, is what ultimately destroys trust. It's a painful distinction sometimes, but absolutely necessary for your own mental, emotional, even spiritual health. It's about choosing your peace over a comfort zone that's maybe become unhealthy.
So to attract these genuinely good connections, these elevating ones, you first have to make room for them. That means actively letting go of empty conversations, those interactions that just drain you without real connection. It means letting go of obligatory meetings, those things you go to out of duty, not real desire. And it means letting go of unilateral loyalties, where you're always the one giving, always showing up without getting that back. It's kind of like decluttering your social life, and more importantly, your emotional space, making room for what truly serves you and lets you flourish. And hey, if this deep dive is resonating with you right now, if you're having those ha moments and you want more insights like this, make sure to subscribe wherever you get your deep dives. We're always here trying to help you cut through the noise and get to the good stuff.
And what's really powerful here, too, is that building a pure circle isn't just about what you get from others. It's profoundly about what you contribute yourself. The source asks us to honestly reflect. You can't ask for honesty if you silence what hurts, meaning if you're not honest yourself. You can't ask for support if you disappear when the other person falls. It's a strong reminder that a pure circle is absolutely a two-way street. It's a mutual investment of vulnerability, trust, and consistent effort from everyone involved.
That's such a crucial point. To be part of an elevating friendship, to really contribute to this kind of circle, you have to be the first to elevate, the source says. The first to listen without judging, the first to celebrate without envy, the first to say, here I am, without being asked. It's about actively being the kind of friend you want to have, becoming the catalyst for that positive environment, not just waiting for it to show up.
Which brings up an urgent question. Why now? Why is taking action on this so critical right now? The source's message here is really powerful. Don't wait to lose trust to revise your environment.
Right.
Don't wait until you completely break down to finally ask who's truly there for you. Do it now. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it hurts. The urgency comes from the fact that your well-being, your confidence, your future, it's literally on the line every single day.
Yeah, and the cost of not acting, of staying stuck in connections that drain you, it's severe. Every day you choose to stay in an environment where you don't grow, where your light feels dimmed, you make yourself smaller. And here's an incredibly profound insight from the source. Confidence isn't born from talent, it's born from the environment. Just sit with that for a second. Your surroundings, the people you're consistently around, they literally shape how you see yourself, how much you believe in what you can do. Think about when you felt most confident, most vibrant. Wasn't often when you were around people who lifted you up, who saw your potential, even when you doubted it yourself.
Exactly. And what's really critical here is the warning that if you often feel, you know, insufficient, not good enough, it's not always because you are. Sometimes it's because someone around you, subtly or maybe not so subtly, wants you to believe it. This is a tough truth.
Oh,
There are people who only feel good when you feel bad.
wow.
Yeah. And your responsibility, the source makes clear, isn't to fix those people or change them. It's to protect yourself fiercely from their diminishing influence. It's about recognizing that some people kind of thrive on making you feel smaller and your energy is just too precious for that.
Your energy, your time, they aren't infinite, right? They're valuable resources. Every single day spent with someone who doesn't genuinely believe in you, who doesn't see your potential, that's a day less invested in connecting with someone who does. The source tells us trust is a conscious choice, a decision you make daily, and you can choose differently. Sure. Today can genuinely be that day for you. The day you stop looking for quantity in your relationships and really start valuing that deep, authentic quality. The day the temporary silence of losing someone who wasn't right for you becomes the profound peace of finding and believing in yourself. The day you decide unequivocally that you deserve a circle where your light isn't just tolerated, but actually celebrated and amplified.
And if we connect this to the absolute biggest picture, this deep dive really hammers home that nobody has achieved great things surrounded by small minds. And similarly, nobody can truly trust themselves if they live surrounded by external doubts just constantly chipping away at their self-belief. Your inner world, how you see yourself, it's an undeniable reflection of your outer world. And vice versa. The environment you cultivate isn't just a background setting, it's an active ingredient in your own evolution.
You choose every single day who you let into your intimate world and who you allow to stay. Make that choice with real consciousness, with deliberate intention, because what's truly at stake here isn't just a friendship or a social group, it's your confidence, your unshakable confidence. It's the clarity of your path forward. It's the whole trajectory of your future. Don't ever be afraid of having just a few people in your circle, because the right few, the pure ones, they're worth more than all the rest combined. The source leaves us with this really powerful thought, because when you clean your environment, you clean your mind. And when you clean your mind, you start to truly listen to yourself. Yeah. And when you listen to yourself, you trust. And when you trust, nothing and no one can stop you. What a liberating idea, right? So if you found genuine value in this deep dive today, exploring how to cultivate your pure circle of trust, be sure to subscribe wherever you get your deep dives, and maybe share it with someone you think might truly benefit from hearing this. We'll be back soon with another deep dive to help you quickly get informed on what matters most to you. Until then, keep digging for those profound insights.